Many history books teach that the Roman Empire fell in the 5th century CE. But what many people do not know is that the empire continued in the East and lasted for more than 1,000 years. In this video, we will examine the history of an empire that is often forgotten, yet had a profound impact on religion, culture, and global knowledge. An empire that preserved the wisdom of ancient Greece and Rome, served as a pillar of Christianity, and left behind legacies still felt today. This is the story of the Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire. In the 4th century, the Roman Empire was facing serious problems: foreign wars, internal unrest, and heavy economic burdens. Amid this chaos, a leader rose to rebuild Rome's power, Constantine the Great. Constantine I, or Constantine the Great, became emperor in the year 306 CE and is one of the most important figures in Roman history. He was the first Roman emperor to embrace Christianity, paving the way for the recognition of the new faith within the empire. In the year 330 CE, he made a significant decision: to move the Roman Empire's capital from the city of Rome to Byzantium, an ancient city in the eastern part of the empire near the Bosporus Strait. He did this for 3 reasons. First, Rome was gradually weakening as a center of power. It was frequently attacked and plagued by unrest in the Western Empire. Second, Byzantium had a strategic location between Europe and Asia, and close to trade routes in the Black Sea and the Mediterranean. Third, Constantine wanted a new beginning, a capital that was safer, more modern, and better suited to his goal of rebuilding the empire under Christianity. He renovated the city and renamed it Constantinople, meaning City of Constantine. It was later called New Rome, symbolizing the transformation of the empire from paganism to Christianity, and from west to east. Thus began a new chapter in the Roman Empire, eventually known as the Byzantine Empire, which would last for more than 1,000 years. After centuries of change and conflict, the Byzantine Empire rose again under a powerful emperor. Justinian the Great became emperor in the year 527 CE and ruled until 565 CE. He is known as one of the greatest and most steadfast leaders in the history of the empire. One of Justinian's greatest ambitions was to restore the former glory of the Roman Empire. With the help of his general, Belisarius, they successfully recaptured parts of North Africa, Italy, and even the city of Rome. But regaining that power came at great cost. Every victory required sacrifices of life and wealth. Still, Justinian's legacy was not only in battle. One of his greatest contributions was the Corpus Juris Civilis, or Justinian Code. A systematic collection of laws that brought order to the previously chaotic legal system of Rome. It became the foundation of legal systems in many European countries and continues to influence laws today. As a defender of faith, Justinian also commissioned one of the greatest religious buildings in the world, the Hagia Sophia. A massive church in the heart of Constantinople that showcased the brilliance of Byzantine architecture. Its dome appeared to float in mid-air, a symbol of heaven on earth. However, Justinian also faced a massive tragedy, the Plague of Justinian, a devastating pandemic that killed millions throughout the empire. Almost half the population of Constantinople was lost. The empire's economy and military strength nearly collapsed. Despite this, Justinian's legacy remains immense. Under his leadership, the Byzantine Empire reached its peak in power, culture, religion, and law. For over a millennium, the Byzantine Empire was the center of faith, art, and knowledge in the East. It was not merely a powerful state, it was a cultural and spiritual guardian of the world. Byzantium became the heart of Eastern Orthodox Christianity. It developed theological doctrines, religious ceremonies, and spiritual traditions that continue to influence the world today. The emperor was not only a political leader, he was also considered the protector of the faith, working alongside the Patriarch of Constantinople. In the year 1054 CE, the Great Schism occurred, the formal split between the Roman Catholic Church in the West and the Orthodox Church in the East. It was the result of doctrinal disagreements, political conflicts, and disputes over authority. Artistically, the Byzantine Empire was known for music and mosaics, images made of tiny pieces of glass, stone, and gold. These mosaics, found in churches, palaces, and public buildings, depicted holy figures, emperors, and biblical scenes. The style was flat, front-facing, and symbolic, not realistic like Western European art. Its goal was not realism, but conveying divine presence. The greatest example of Byzantine architecture was the Hagia Sophia, built under Justinian I. Its massive dome, appearing to float in space, was an engineering marvel of its time. Inside, light, space, and symbolism blended to turn faith into physical structure. Byzantium also preserved the knowledge of ancient Greece and Rome. In the monasteries and schools of Constantinople, the works of Plato, Aristotle, Homer, and others were translated, taught, and preserved. Greek became the primary language of government and religion, making Byzantium a bridge between ancient wisdom and modern Europe. In short, the Byzantine Empire was not just a military power, it was a guardian of civilization. During the chaos in the West, Byzantium held the torch of light, the light of faith, art, and knowledge. Though the empire lasted over 1,000 years, it could not escape growing threats. From the 7th century onward, it was tested continuously. To the east, Arab Muslims attacked and gradually conquered provinces like Syria, Palestine, and Egypt. To the west, new threats emerged from the Bulgars, Slavs, and Franks. To the north, the Rus attacked via warships. And to the southeast, the greatest threat came from the Ottoman Turks. But the most painful blow came unexpectedly. Not from Muslims, not from barbarians, but from fellow Christians. The Fourth Crusade, launched in the year 1202 CE by the Pope, originally aimed to recapture Jerusalem. However, due to debt, politics, and greed, the crusade deviated from its goal. The Crusaders lacked the funds to travel to Jerusalem. They struck a deal with the Republic of Venice to transport them in exchange for a large payment. Unable to pay, they were urged by the Venetians to attack Zara, a Christian city. They agreed, already straying from their mission. During this time, Alexios Angelos, son of deposed Emperor Isaac II, approached the Crusaders. He promised gold and support if they restored him and his father to the throne of Constantinople. The Crusaders agreed, and in 1203, they succeeded. Isaac II and Alexios IV were restored. But they failed to pay the promised gold, causing the Crusaders to grow resentful. To raise money, Alexios IV raised taxes and sold religious treasures from churches. This angered the citizens. In January 1204, a general named Alexios Doukas overthrew, imprisoned, and killed Alexios IV. He became Emperor Alexios V, refused to honor past promises, and called Alexios IV a traitor. To him, there was no reason to pay debts of a dead betrayer. To the Crusaders, this was betrayal. In April 1204, they attacked Constantinople not for God, but for gold. They destroyed the walls with siege weapons and fire. For 3 days, the city suffered massacres, looting, rape, and desecration. The Hagia Sophia, once sacred, was defiled and used as a stable. Holy relics, books, and treasures of Greece and Rome were stolen or destroyed. This attack was not just physical destruction, it shattered trust, deepened the East-West church divide, and created wounds still unhealed today. After the conquest, the Latin Empire of Constantinople was established. The remaining Byzantine officials fled and founded smaller states like the Empire of Nicaea. Though Constantinople was recaptured in 1261 CE, the empire was weakened and never recovered. By the mid-15th century, the Byzantine Empire had shrunk to just the historic city of Constantinople. Home of the Hagia Sophia, the emperor, and the heart of the Eastern Church. Yet it still had Europe's strongest defense, the Theodosian walls. Built in the 5th century, the 5-kilometer triple wall system protected the western city side. Arab, Persian, and Rus armies had all failed to breach them. But then came Orban, a Hungarian engineer who presented a massive cannon design to Emperor Constantine XI. Lacking funds, the emperor declined. So Orban went to Sultan Mehmed II of the Ottomans, who welcomed and funded him. In the city of Edirne, he built the basilica, a giant cannon requiring 60 oxen and hundreds of workers to move. In April 1453, the Ottomans bombarded Constantinople with this cannon for over 50 days. Eventually, they breached the ancient walls. Despite the bravery of Emperor Constantine XI Palaiologos and his soldiers, the city was overwhelmed. On May 29, 1453, Constantinople fell. This marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and the rise of the Ottoman Empire. The fall of Byzantium was more than the end of an empire, it marked the end of the Middle Ages and the dawn of a new European era. Scholars fleeing to Italy brought ancient books and knowledge, sparking renewed interest in classical learning, the beginning of the Renaissance. The Byzantine Empire was not merely a lost power. It was a civilization born under Constantine the Great, the first Christian emperor who founded Constantinople, and ended with Constantine XI Palaiologos, the last emperor who gave his life defending it. A majestic arc of history, from Constantine I to Constantine XI. From Christianity's birth as a state religion to the capital's final stand against the Ottomans. But Byzantium's legacy did not fall with the city. Its law, the Justinian Code, became the basis of European legal systems. Its religion, Eastern Orthodox Christianity, remains alive in Eastern Europe, Russia, and the Balkans. Its art, architecture, and music inspired countless churches and buildings. Most importantly, its preservation of Greek and Roman knowledge became the bridge to the Western European Renaissance. In the end, the true wealth of an empire is not measured by territory or time, but by the ideas it leaves behind for humanity. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from history.